An 11th-hour deal at the COP29 climate summit after negotiations on financing for poorer nations went into overtime. While some celebrate, other nations, including India, say that the deal falls far short of what is needed. And officials in Lebanon say that more than 50 people have been killed in Israeli airstrikes on Beirut and Baalbek. And state media in Jordan say that a man has been shot dead and 2 police officers injured in an exchange of fire near the Israeli embassy in Amman. Lebanon's health ministry says that 3,670 people have been killed in Israeli attacks since October last year. The Israeli military says that it's targeting Hezbollah facilities and fighters. Well, in Beirut on Saturday alone, at least 20 people were killed and more than 60 others injured in a strike which flattened an 8-story residential building. And near the city of Baalbek in the east, 15 others were killed, including a mother and her 4 children. There's been no comment from the Israeli embassy. 2 Ukrainian missiles and 27 drones were destroyed over the Russian Kursk region, according to local officials. It comes after a week of significant escalation in the war after the US and UK gave permission for their missiles to hit Russian targets. And on Saturday, the French foreign minister said that his country's missiles could be used by Ukraine to attack targets inside Russia at any time. Jean-Noël Bert told the BBC that when it came to defending Ukraine, there could be no red lines. The elimination of taxes on tips, placing more aggressive tariffs on US imports and cutting back on federal regulations. A man has died after a tree fell on his car near Winchester in southeast England as Storm Bert caused havoc across much of the UK and Ireland. Strong winds, heavy rain and snow have left thousands without power and disrupted transportation. Well, this was the scene in northwest Ireland where the storm caused a river to burst its banks. And in the UK, some areas are bracing for more heavy snow and high winds. Dozens of flood warnings remained in place into Saturday night. Let's turn now to some other important news around the world. Families and teachers protested in the Spanish city of Valencia on Saturday, demanding action over the schools damaged by last month's deadly floods. A teachers' union accused Valencia's government of mishandling the disaster that left more than 220 people dead and damaged schools. The union says that 30 schools that remain closed leave some 13,000 children with no place to learn. The flooding was the country's worst natural disaster in decades. Pakistani authorities have sealed roads in the capital Islamabad ahead of a planned protest by the party of jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan. It's the second time in recent months that authorities have imposed such measures. The PTI has called on all sections of society to join the march, which is scheduled for Sunday. Pakistan's High Court has ruled that the protest is unlawful. Northern California has been battered by record rainfall over the last 3 days after an atmospheric storm brought small landslides, snow and flooding. Rain and significant snow are expected through the weekend, and another storm system may arrive in the coming week.
Heavy rain and thawing snow combine to bring flooding as Storm Bert continues to batter parts of the UK.
Good morning. Yes, the weather story continues to be dominated by Storm Bert. Today for England and Wales, gale force gusts of winds and heavy rain continues to move from west to east. Further north and west, severe gales batter the coast across Scotland and Northern Ireland with a rash of squally showers. More details from me coming up throughout the morning.
Faith leaders unite in their opposition to the assisted dying bill, and there's strong criticism from the Justice Secretary over a lack of legal safeguards. Let's have a look at today's papers, and we'll start with The Times. There's several leading with stories on the upcoming vote in Parliament on legalising assisted dying in England and Wales. The Times reports a poll which suggests 65% of people are in favour of the move, with 13% against.
However, the Observer quotes the Justice Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, who said that MPs are putting the country on a slippery slope towards death on demand if they back the move on Friday.
The Sunday Telegraph is reporting that the Minister, Pat McFadden, will attend a NATO conference, or tell a NATO conference tomorrow that Russia is ready to launch a wave of cyber attacks on Britain that could leave millions without power.
And the Mirror features an interview with McFly star Harry Judd, who says that his bandmate Danny can deal with his demons during this year's I'm a Celebrity on ITV. In the Jungle, the bassist talked about the anxiety that he has lived with since his late teens. I haven't seen any of I'm a Celebrity yet. I think I need to catch up on it.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I do like it. I do like the eating contests.
Yeah. There's some photos in the papers of a couple of them having a go because Colleen Rooney did some detective work and she's good at that.
Christie, she is good at that. A couple of inside stories. So there's a person here, Aidan Granger, who's 17. He's solved the Rubik's Cube, a 6-sided Rubik's Cube, in a record for Britain, 3.69 seconds. I've never, ever, ever been able to do a Rubik's Cube.
It would take me 3.69 days if I was lucky. Apparently, according to the Sunday Express here, Generation Z, Gen Z, which is 1997 onwards up to about 2012, which makes them 12, so they can't be part of this story. A classic gin and tonic remains their most popular drink. They're all ditching beer and drinking G&Ts instead.
Oh, it's quite traditional, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Although I've discovered a very nice non-alcoholic. It's not even a non-alcoholic gin. It's very nice.
OK.
Yeah, I won't say what it is or where you can get it from, just for fear of getting into trouble.
It's a bit early to be talking about gin and tonics at this time in the morning, isn't it?
Probably. Maybe. Although it's 6 o'clock somewhere in the world.
That's true. That is true.